Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is going on? My name is Marin TM and welcome back to daily upload number 4. Today we're going to be going over everything you need to do to get top tier aim in chapter 3. 65.2% of you guys watching are not subscribed. So, if you have been enjoying the content recently, consider subscribing. And with that all said, let's get into today's episode. To begin with, I'm gonna go over a few things you can really easily do that will have a positive impact on your aim in the game. And the first of those things is setting your DPI on your mouse to 1600. The reason you want to do this is because your entire game will feel so much smoother, especially if you were previously playing on 400 DPI. The reason this is important when it comes to aiming is because we obviously want to limit all possible inconsistencies in our mouse movements in-game. And with 400 DPI, your mouse movements are way more choppy, causing a higher chance of inconsistent aim. The second super easy thing you can do that will have an impact on your aim is either cleaning your mousepad or buying a new one if the one you have is getting dirty. You know how when mousepads get dirty, there are some small spots in there that are slower than the rest of the mousepad. Well, this can cause inconsistencies in your tracking and flicking, and as a result of it, giving you worse aim in-game. Every little thing helps, and having a reliable mousepad is crucial for getting top tier aim. Alright, so now that you've got your DPI set to 1600 and your mousepad is looking really clean, it's time to understand aiming. Understand aiming? What do I mean by that? Aiming is not only clicking and shooting, and most Fortnite players seem to be unaware of this fact. Aiming is a combination of primarily clicking and shooting, secondarily your movement, and lastly, crosshair placement. Just having this knowledge will make you more aware of what you might be doing wrong when it comes to aiming in Fortnite. So the next time you miss a shot or lose a fight, look at firstly your clicking and shooting, secondly look at your movement in that given fight, and then lastly, look at your crosshair placement. Did you make the shot harder than it needed to be because your crosshair was far away from the opponent during the fight? I can guarantee if you start VOD reviewing and thinking about your fights like this, you will see exponential improvement in your fighting skill. Moving on, I want to say that you can get very near top tier aim by just grinding and grinding solo arena for hours on end every single day. You might become a top 200 aimer in your region if you do this. But if you really want to become something like a top 5 aimer, you must play an aim trainer outside of Fortnite. I personally prefer Kovacs, and I also believe it's by far the most effective aim trainer out there. To emphasize my point, players like Noah Rayleigh, Mongrel, Scented, Threats, Saf, and countless others place tons of Kovacs. I'm not going to spend any more time in this video talking about the best routine for Kovacs, as I just made an insane routine video just a few weeks ago, and it'll be linked in the description below. Get on that Kovacs grind and I promise you, you'll improve your aim faster than 99% of other players trying to make it. When it comes to aiming, we can't forget AR aim. And this is where I want to share one tip that I learned around 1.5 years ago that would forever change my AR aim for the better. What was the tip, you might ask? Well, it was simple. Stop tensing your arm when tracking. In other words, hold very lightly on your mouse when tracking an opponent. For inexperienced players, tensing your arm when tracking opponents feels great. It feels like the natural thing to do, but this will greatly hinder your consistency over the long term. How hard you tense your arm, if you tense, will never be consistent. And this again will result in inconsistent aim. This next tip is so embarrassingly easy, yet so incredibly effective that it's almost unbelievable. The tip is to fully stop thinking about your aim when playing. You will not get better aim by thinking about your aim when playing. And it's easy for me to sit here and say that, but for a lot of people, thinking about aiming when playing is a serious issue which causes them to have worse aim. All you need to do is make sure you put in the work, preferably in Kovacs, to improve your aim. When you're playing Kovacs, it's natural that you think about your aim. You should think about your aim when playing Kovacs. Make it a thing when playing Kovacs that is the only time you think about aiming. When you hop on Fortnite, instead of thinking about aiming, think about how you're gonna have good piece control, consistent edits, and good peaks. Because trust me, you'll not get any benefit out of thinking about your aim. Your aim is naturally there. If your brain has the skill and experience to hit a shot, it will hit the shot regardless of whether you think about aim or not. Fortnite is so much more than aim, and aim should be practiced and thought of outside of Fortnite. Next up, you have to optimize your PC. Luckily, I also have a super easy and effective video on how to do just that on my channel. I'll link that one in the description as well. The reason you want to optimize your PC is obvious. If you get a lag spike when you're in someone's box, you're done. Like, you're dead, done and dusted, out of the game. So you want to try and limit FPS spikes as much as possible. Additionally, if you optimize your PC in a good way, like my video shows, your game will also run smoother. And I've found that the smoother my game feels, the more consistent my aim seems to be. Optimizing your PC is something that doesn't usually take long at all, unless you're factory resetting it, which isn't a bad idea to optimize FPS. But don't take any risks when optimizing. There's no need to run unstable overclocks on your CPU, GPU, and RAM. Play it safe and enjoy the benefits. Mouse feet is the last topic I want to talk about in today's video, because making sure your mouse feet are consistent is incredibly important for high-level aim. If you flip your mouse upside down right now, how does your mouse feet look? Or even, when you play, how does it feel? Does your mouse feel smooth on your mousepad? If it doesn't, then I would strongly recommend investing in some new mouse feet. What you need to keep in mind here is that most mouse feet, like mouse skates, Hyperglides, or nearly any other third-party mouse feet producer, in general are very fast, which means your mouse will glide really easily on your mousepad. And for some, this can be hard to control, or even uncomfortable. So look at reviews, the product info, and understand what you're buying if you enjoy more control-based mouse feet. Guys, with that said, I think it's time to wrap up daily upload number 4. I just quickly before I leave want to thank you all so much for all the continuous support on my videos recently. I tried to respond to everyone commenting within the first 20 hours or so, and you guys have been putting a massive smile on my face every day for the last 3 days with your kind and motivating words. And with that said, my name is M1K3 Editz. Stay safe and take care.